I guess I just bought this Harbor Freight 4.3 amp Warrior grinder and a couple of cutoff wheels for it. I believe current price right now, bought it December of 23 or January of 24, are $14 currently. I think I paid 10 for it. I didn't pay much, paid maybe another $5 for the wheels. Let's talk about what we're going to use it for and see if this is right for you or not. So I have this trailer. I'm not sure if you can see. It looks like somebody took road signs, cut the road signs apart and welded them on here and put this wood up here. That's all well and good, that's okay. But the welds on this, I'm not sure if that's picking up, just are not looking the best. And I'm honestly worried that things are going to start coming apart. It's really bad over here. And you can see the wood is really bad. And I just don't want to replace anything. I don't want to re-weld anything. I just want to sort of cut the welds out of here. Is that even picking up? I hope it is. It's really not looking the best. So the goal is cut the welds off, just paint black over where it was, and let's see how this $14, like I said, I think I paid $10 for it, Harbor Freight grinder does with the cutoff wheel. One thing to note, this does plug in. It does have a cord. Somebody's probably not going to be the happiest about that. Also, I'm not the biggest fan of the on-off switch. I would definitely like maybe a quicker or easier to push on-off button. But you know, as little as I'm going to be using it, both of these complaints are okay. Let's go ahead and stick this on here and see how it does. I am not doing the safety squints. I do have eye protection. All right, so we're going to give this the old college try here. See how it does. Alright, so I'm one cut down. It honestly looks really good. Throwing a lot of sparks. It's also like, I think the high today is like 46, so it's pretty cold out here. I definitely would not do this during, with an open flame anywhere. But pretty happy with that cut. Not very intimidating. It was pretty light. Like I said, my only complaint is really this on-off button, which is a little bit stiff, but honestly that's really it. I wish it was more of a quick boom 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 boom, sort of press in button, but I can definitely see why it's not. Let's time lapse the rest of this side of the trailer. So I'm pretty impressed with how this thing cut it. I really don't want to cut myself on that. That's a pretty straight edge. Of course, going to grind it down a little bit, sand it down a little bit, but honestly pretty, for $20 or so that I have invested in this grinder and cutoff wheels, pretty impressed. Kind of want to hit these real quick with a grinder. We'll take a look at that, and then I'm gonna get that other side, but I'll do that off camera. Maybe I'll time lapse it. Maybe I'll cut that off and then we'll grind it. Let's do that. Alright, so we've got a grinding wheel on here now. One complaint I do have with all of that use is it got hot right there, and that's honestly really it. Everything else is cool, but right there got a little warm. Believe it or not, the metal part is actually not. Right there is a little warm, but other than that, everything is rolling pretty good. Let's do a time lapse of grinding this down. Alright guys, so for the money, like I said, I think I'm all in $20 on this thing. It did really good for what I needed it for. If I was using it every day, if I was doing hours worth of grinding, if I was doing honestly more than what I'm doing right here, I don't think it would be good, because you could only use it really in maybe 10-15 minute spurts before this just gets entirely too hot and you're not going to be able to deal with it. Also, the cord can get aggravating. I could definitely see how people would want to do the battery operated ones. But in all honesty, for what I need it for, it does great. And like I said, for $20 all in, that's about all I'm in on this, because Harbor Freight always gives coupons. This was a very good buy for me. May or may not be good for you, especially if you're like a hobby weldist, hobby welder, hobby whatever. Probably great for you. If you're like a career welder, it would not be great for you. You should definitely upgrade and get something bigger, stronger, and something that doesn't heat up as much. But you know, if you're using it an hour a week max, should be just fine for you. Hope it helps. Thank you much. All right, so for the roughly $20 or so I have invested in this thing, it's really done a pretty good job on that. I just cut the crap out of myself.